We AFROMAN, you know, he made the songs, you know, because Palmdale, you know what I mean? How did I get connected with AFROMAN? If y'all don't know who AFROMAN is, I suggest you go check his songs out. So I just did a show 5 months ago with AFROMAN. We just did it over there. Y'all know where it was at. Everybody that pulled up, I want to say thank you for pulling up to the show. So we just did that show with AFROMAN, and I'm going to say that was my third show with AFROMAN. My third show with AFROMAN. So, with that being said, we've done a few shows, you know. Red and got high with the Because I Got High guy a few times. You know what I mean? And so, it was pretty cool, bro. The first time I ever met AFROMAN, we had an event. It was a fest, you know, a festival event with AFROMAN. It was me performing, AFROMAN was there. It was a bunch of dope artists. Stingy was there, Burner, everybody. You know, we were in Tracy, California. And so it was pretty cool, bro, to be with AFROMAN, and we was with Tracy, you know. We over here just checking it out, man. And so I think it's called Mountain House Bar and Grill is where we were at. Mountain House Bar and Grill. That's where the show was with me and AFROMAN, my first show. You know, I see we got somebody up in here, man. Shout out to everybody up in here. And so we did the show with AFROMAN first. It was right there at the Mountain Bar House and Grill. And outside, they have a big stage. So when I get there, the first thing I do, I check in. You know, I'm an artist. So the first thing I do is check in, you know, get to, what they say, said, hi. Hi, Margaret. Much love, Margaret. I see you, cousin. Hell yeah. And so, so next thing you know, we were just talking about the AFROMAN, like I said, the Mountain House Bar Grill. So when I go check in, you know, they give me the wristbands, you know, because it was VIP. Because I'm an artist, I was performing, it was VIP. So they gave us all our wristbands, you know. So I had like 2 people with me. I had 2 of my boys. So I said, hold on, let me check them in, you know. So I got them all checked in. Well, after we all got checked in, if y'all know how it is when you perform, they want you to do mic check. They want you to check the mic and, you know, do your little, you know, how they say, you know, mic check, you know, how you basically make sure the mics are good before we get to perform. But it's your cousin Johnny. I know, Johnny, I love you, cuz. I love you, man. We over here just talking about this AFROMAN. How I got connected with AFROMAN, you know what I mean? How did I get to perform with AFROMAN? And then, you know, I still got more stuff that I've done with AFROMAN, but we starting off with the first thing, which is the show in Tracy. So this was at Mountain House Bar and Grill in Tracy, California. And next thing you know, I get there, we checked in, like I said, we do the mic check, all the stuff. And so I'm expecting AFROMAN to be there during the mic check. He nowhere to be found, but he the headliner, so that's understandable. He ain't supposed to be there early. He ain't supposed to be just, you know, easy access, all that stuff, you know? So next thing you know, freaking, after all of that, come here, kitty. So after all of that, right, we check in, you know, he ain't here. So now we walking around, you know, it's in the valley, bro. If you know 209, you know Tracy, it's in the valley. Ain't much. Come here, kitty. Hi, kitty. My bad, this cat right here, y'all. You know what I mean? Hi, kitty. Y'all want to see it? Let me show y'all the cat. The cat right there, so y'all know I ain't just playing about what I'm trying to pet. So look, so next thing you know, we check in, right? We at this Mountain House Bar Grill in Tracy, California. It's a valley, bro. So as y'all can see, it's a valley, bro. And the crazy part about it is being in the valley, it's hot. It's hot. And it's sun. There ain't nothing, no shade, no nothing covered. So like I said, after we do the mic check, I'm walking around and I'm expecting to see AFROMAN and all these other people. And it's hot. We sweating. So now I'm over here sitting in this little, like, I had like a, what do you call that, a booth? We had a booth. So I'm sitting in this booth drinking hella water, bro. Because we have bottles, you know, we performers. So they got ice bottle waters for us, soda, all that stuff. So next thing you know, I'm drinking waters, bro. I'm chugging these waters. And next thing you know, I'm sweating. I'm just like, bro, the show ain't even started. We still got 4 more hours till the show starts. And I'm sweating out here, dying. And so then, you know, a couple people start to pull up. They had you know, RBL Posse was there. They had Yuck Mouth. I Got 5 on the Loonies. You know what I mean? They was there. So it's pretty dope, man. They had a bunch of people there, you know what I mean? So now Yuck Mouth is coming in, you know, the Loonies coming in. We had Stingy, like I said, who else they brought through over there? They had a bunch of like, at that time, SOB, RBE was popping, so they was on it too, you know? They was at the show as well, SOB. And so it was pretty cool. So now we like starting to get some familiar, like, you know, big artists coming in. So then I think it was around like 4 o'clock because the show didn't start till 6 and 7. So around 4 o'clock, AFROMAN pulls up. This bro pulls up with his truck. He had a black SUV. He pulls up. All I remember, I can never forget this, dude. AFROMAN had a Colt 45. He had his little, you know, his jewelry and all this stuff. He had his pimp cup. And he just gets out the car, bro. And like, I'm little, I'm younger, I was younger back then. So I was only like 5 foot tall. I wasn't no 6 foot like I am now, you know what I mean? And so all I see is this big dude get out with the afro, bro. And he just pimp walking with the cream, with his cup. You know, he got the cup with the pimp walk, bro. So I'm like, okay, that's AFROMAN. So then he does his mic check, you know. He goes and checks in with everybody, checks in with all the promoters and stuff. And so then after that, he walking around. So I'm like, oh shit, nigga, we with AFROMAN, bro. Let me go pop it up with him. So now we go walk up on him, you know what I mean? We chopping it up with him. He introduced us, you know, and he's like, are y'all performing? So I told him, like, yeah, I'm opening up for you. Like, you know, I paid to open up in front of you. And he's just like, oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm excited to see, like I understand you got, I can see your drive. Like, you got a lot of energy where you want to go somewhere in life. And it's like, yeah, bro, but I ain't really got the help. So when you ain't really got the help, you got to keep your own drive and motivation to go. So I told him, like, you know, I'm just trying to do what I can as an artist. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to give you a show. And I want you to be watching this show and be excited about this show. And so he's like, all right, cool, cool. So then he's like, y'all smoking? Y'all smoking? Yeah, we smoking. Most definitely. He's it. And so next, you know, we big chiefing, right? He has this, I had one big joint. It was like a big doink. If y'all know, long live King Dave, young King Dave, bro. He the ones who started that word doink, you know, and that's just a big joint. So we had a couple doinks made. We had a couple blunts. Had a couple woods, bro. So now this show is lit. We smoking. We getting high with the AFROMAN. We getting high with the person because I got high. You know what I mean? I'm happy. I'm like, damn, I'm really getting high with AFROMAN. So now, around 7 o'clock, like I said, it comes to 6:30, 7 o'clock. Now we high, bro. We high as fuck, bro. You think I want to perform the music when I'm high as fuck? So now I'm over here like excited, right? I'm over here like, cool. We got the show going and everything. So when I get up to the stage, everybody's outside. Like, you know, it's like I said, it's in a field, in a valley kind of. Because like it's outside of the bar. It wasn't inside the bar, it was outside the bar, the event. So the stage and everything is outside. So now this whole valley area is filled with people, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, if you know what stage fright is, I start to get stage fright. Because I'm just like, damn. Like now it's real. I gotta perform in front of AFROMAN. I gotta perform in front of all these people. And I don't know if they gonna like my music. I don't know if they gonna care to like my music. And I don't know if they gonna really to acknowledge my music and what I'm saying. Because, you know, they might take the bad words that I'm saying and not even get the message that I'm really trying to push through. You know what I mean? They looking at the negative instead of looking at the positive. It's all about what I've been through in life and how I'm overcoming that and elevating, bro. You know what I mean? It's law of attraction. I try to tell people that all the time. Law of attraction. Speak good things into existence. Speak positive things into existence. That's what you will receive. It says that in the Bible. Law of attraction is real. And so I don't speak no negative. You know, we weren't speaking nothing negative. So I got up on the stage, bro. I'm up there. You gotta remember, I was the third artist perform. So there's 2 more artists after me, and then it was Loonies, which is Yuck Mouth, and I got 5 on it. I got 5 on it. Messing with the yeah, that song. So we had got the I-5 on it. They came after me. There were 2 artists after me, and then AFROMAN's the headliner. So Yuck Mouth and AFROMAN were at the top, and you know, we all opening artists still trying to grow and build our career. We at the bottom. You know how it goes. We openers. We gotta start from the bottom up. And so now I'm performing, bro. It's cracking, bro. It's cracking. I did this song I dropped called Tom Tom, right? And it's on that Bay shit, but I used a Tom Club Genius beat. So we sampled the Tom Club Genius beat, which was the best thing I could have ever did. Because if you know, that's the same one Mac Dre sampled. That's that chop that hoe, man. Break that beezy. Come on. So look, Mac Dre freaking sampled it too. So now that's the song I'm performing. Everybody screaming, bro. Everybody going crazy. So next you know, I did another song called There's a Song for You. That's another one that's a sample. That was a sample from Mac Dre, but Mac Dre sampled it too. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I used that sample. I performed that. That got even more cracking. So now I can see, because I mean, it wasn't my first show. That's the thing. But it was my first show with a big artist like AFROMAN, where like I'm right here with him. He was on the stage with me as I'm performing. So he's watching this shit like, damn, look at this dude's energy, right? So I got hella energy. I'm excited. So the last song I hit, bro, because, you know, we only could do, I think I had 4 songs to perform. Only 4 songs. And so on my last song, bro, all I remember was just telling AFROMAN, like, yo, come here, bro. Like, yo, we here, bro. AFROMAN really here. We with AFROMAN. Y'all be happy he's here for the show. He performing in a couple artists after me. Like, I straight called him, gave him a shout out and everything on the mic. So it made me feel good because I'm looking at him while I'm saying this, you know. I'm like, man, much love, AFROMAN. And so next thing you know, we ended up doing that last performance. Everybody's fucking with it, bro. Everybody was loving it. So then, like, when I got off stage, people were coming to me. They were like, bro, what's your music? Like, where your YouTube? Where your shit at? I'm trying to get to know you. Like, who is you? Because they didn't know me, you know. I'm not a big artist like that. Like I said, I'm really not an artist. I'm around the music industry, but I'm really not an artist. I don't give a fuck about getting big with this music. I make music because I love to make music. Love you too, cuz. Love you too, man. And so, so next thing you know, bro, we do that with AFROMAN. Like I said, it's cracking. So now he getting ready. The Loonies is on stage. You know what I mean? So now a couple people after me come perform. Now the Loonies come. You know everybody love that. I got 5 on it. Like, that's a hit, bro. We've been growing up off that since a kid, bro. So once they came and did that, you know, the whole crowd went crazy, bro. Everybody was screaming. And then that's when, you know, the dude's like, all right, y'all ready for AFROMAN? Woo, woo, woo. And we all still on stage. Like I said, you know, it's a big-ass stage. It's in a valley, and it's a big-ass stage. So it could fit all of us standing on it with plenty of room to perform. You know what I mean? And so, next thing you know, freaking AFROMAN's like, he's like, y'all ready? Much love to Tracy, you know, shout out to Tracy. Woo, woo, woo. Because, you know, AFROMAN, he be in Ohio, he be in other states like that. So for him to come to California, Tracy, you know, that's a little bit out the way for AFROMAN, you know what I mean? So I was already shocked he really here, you know? And so next thing you know, we do the show, we performing with him, it's all going good. He's performing, he did Palmdale. Y'all know Palmdale. Palmdale, come back to me. Yeah, that's the hit. And then he did Because I Got High. He did the Colt 45, 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. Come on. So he did that. And this is the more funny part. While he's performing the Colt 45, he got a Colt 45 in his hand. And I'm going to drop the video on my YouTube so y'all could, or drop the picture with me and him on the YouTube so you can see us with the Colt 45. And I might even put the picture of the new show, but we're going to get to that right now in this live. But right now, we're going to put that picture up so you can see he really had the Colt 45 and I was with him. But I was hella young, bro. Like I said, me being young around AFROMAN, I was only 19 years old, and we wasn't supposed to be drinking. We wasn't supposed to be smoking. We was with AFROMAN. Do you not understand? AFROMAN, it was major. And so, this was what's crazy, right? He performs. The show's lit, bro. So once he's done performing, you know, that's the end of the show. But he don't just leave. AFROMAN greets all of us that performed, all the openers. He thanked every single one of us for opening up for him. So that's when I really fucked with AFROMAN. Because I performed in front of a lot of big artists, and not one artist to go thank the openers for opening up for him. You know what I mean? So he really did that, and I thought that was hella appreciative. Because it shows you, like, not only was he there, but he really acknowledged us, bro. He really listened to the music. He really watched us perform. That's why AFROMAN is an artist. He really supported. And so, like, next you know, I'm hella excited, bro. I'm like, shit, Like, he just thanked us, bro. Like, what the fuck? So next thing you know, I'm just like, the next day, bro, I remember I'm just playing back through all the videos. Like, bro, we really was with AFROMAN. And, I had Stingy with us. Stingy of the cookies. As y'all know what cookies is. Everybody know cookies with burner. So I had Stingy with me, right? So I'm with Stingy. We got all the pictures and shit. It's lit, bro. We was cracking. And so next thing you know, I'm just like thinking to myself, right? I'm just like, we really just did a show with AFROMAN and Tracy. And I'm from the Bay. So Tracy ain't even the Bay. Tracy is on the outskirts of the Bay. Like, it's going towards the 209 and all the Valley area. So I never really did a show in Tracy. So it was my first time to see how, people are over there in Tracy area and how, like, how they liked our music. And they was fucking with it. Tough. Like, the support was so real, dude. So freaking real. It's crazy. And so, next thing you know, after the AFROMAN shit and everything, after all of that shit happened, stuff, like I said, we go a couple more months. I ended up getting booked for another show, right? This one's in the beta. So this one's lit, though. This one litty lit. It wasn't lit like the last one I just did, but it was still lit. So we ended up doing this show, he came out, he in the Bay with it. AFROMAN coming to open up, it was pretty cool, bro. He comes open up right there in the North Bay. So right where I was at in the North Bay, and he pulled up, he opens up, did his little show, and he was shocked, because, like, he knew me right away when he seen me. He said, "It's Red." And I'm just like, damn, bro, AFROMAN remembers me. So I performed. At that time, I'm going to keep it honest. I had a few new songs, but I was still performing those same list of songs that I just told y'all. So that's where, as me as an artist, I had to still step up to my craft of making more music. Because that's when I'm like, damn, I'm about to go do a show with him, but I'm about to perform the same exact fucking song. I don't want AFROMAN to listen to the same fucking shit that I just performed at the last show. You know what I mean? They already heard it once. Once is enough, dude. They don't need to hear it no more. The next person, we got new music for y'all. And so after that, we ended up doing a show. Like I said, I did that show. So that was about, like, what, 5 years ago? 6 years ago. So recently, I just did a show with them about 6 months ago. 7 months ago. That was right there in Chico at the Tackle Box. So next, check this out. I'm with AFROMAN, right? When I pull up, I straight up see him, because, this one's at a gun store. I don't think you understand. That's why it's called Tackle Box. It's a tackle box store. So they sell guns, firearms, everything needed for hunting. So we at this show, right? And I know the owner, that's my boy. And so I'm talking to my boy who owns the building, he the owner. So I'm like, I could say his name, but I don't know if he wants me to say his name on YouTube or whatever. And so next thing you know, I'm over there like, bro, what's up, bro? Like, I see you got AFROMAN, dude. You've been bringing in some big people up here, like big artists. Because, like, you got to think about it. Right before I did that AFROMAN show, I had just did a show with Sean Kingston. And this is right before Sean Kingston ended up getting freaking indicted by the, he got indicted for all that shit with the money laundering with his mom. So when we seen him, I watched Sean Kingston get paid that money for the show. This nigga get caught up for some laundering. What you need a laundering? You just got paid all this money for a show. So that's already was a problem right there. But that was at the same place. Sean Kingston, we were there too. And Sean Kingston had that motherfucker lit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. He did that song with Justin Bieber. He did that song, what's that shit called? I forgot what the fuck the song's called. But either way, his song with Justin Bieber was the fucking one that got everybody fucking Eeny Meeny. That's what the fuck it's called. He did that Eeny Meeny with Justin Bieber, right? This motherfucker performs that, bro. And all I remember telling the Sean Kingston, bro, when I seen Sean Kingston, I need a song with Justin Bieber. Straight up, bro, because everybody was singing. All the girls singing, everybody, the whole fucking shit. You're talking about this 3,000 motherfuckers, and y'all all singing Sean Kingston lyrics. But when I performed, nobody knew my music. So it was like, damn, bro, it was like, I need a song with Justin Bieber. You know what I mean? You can see how much that song took off for Sean Kingston. Like, whether you like it or not, that song got Sean Kingston in the door of music. You know, that, the beautiful girls, the fire burning on the dance floor, all that. So that's all part of that, you know, our years back in 2012, 2013, whatever that years was. And so next thing you know, bro, we doing this show with AFROMAN. And while we doing this show with AFROMAN, you know, it's coming up after the Sean Kingston. So I just did a show with Sean Kingston. I'm excited. I'm like, damn, we got another show coming up. It's AFROMAN. So now, like I said, I get there, we seeing him, you know, we all up in there. And like I said, it's a tackle store. So they got the stage in the middle. You got an arcade room. You got the bar. You got the barbecue spot with the grill. You got the whole tackle box store. And then you got the stage. Then you got your VIP area. And plus a whole back out sing area where you sit and just chill in the back. You know what I mean? So now, next thing you know, bro, next thing you know, we chilling in there and everything. AFROMAN. You know, this is different. I'm gonna show you, like, if you look at my page, you can look at me performing at the show. It's on my page, the videos of me performing. And so now I'm over here thinking about all that with the performance, right? And I'm doing the live performance and everything. And it was crazy, bro, because like it was packed. Like I was used to seeing a lot of people in like a bar, you know, just coming to support the videos, but it was freaking packed, bro. Packed, right? So check this out. It's so packed. I'm like, damn, bro. People lining up. The line is way down the line just for AFROMAN. Everybody lined up for AFROMAN. So I'm just like, damn, bro, this bitch is packed. So right once I get up in there, you know, I check in. They're like, are you performing? Yes, I'm performing. I go to the DJ, give him what I'm performing with the music-wise, tell him what I'm finna perform. And then after that, I ended up, you know, getting ready back in the, you know, because like I said, it's got a backstage area. I'm in the back. So I'm in the cuts with it. So next thing you know, AFROMAN pulls up. They got all his stuff set up. He had a booth that said AFROMAN. He had one of those pop-up things in the back that said AFROMAN, you know, where people could take pictures, you could get signed autographs. Now at this time, if y'all know, AFROMAN had just got his house raided by the police. So when I was with AFROMAN, that's right after he got raided by the police. So he made this shirt called London Pound Cake, which is a pound cake that his mom made, which that cop ended up eating when they raided his house. So now we at the show, he's like, Red, I give you a shirt. He gave me a shirt. I got it still. I got one of those London Pound Cake shirts of the police. It's got the police face and they're eating the pound cake on it. And so next thing you know, I thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, this is something I'm seeing on TV, you know, it was all over the news. AFROMAN got raided, whoop, 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 and they're eating his London pound cake. So he made that song, Pound Cake. If y'all remember, AFROMAN's got a song called Pound Cake. So right, so next thing you know, he makes that song, bro. It's funny as fuck. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, damn. I'm like, holy shit, he makes another dope ass song off of what happened with his house getting raided. So now we at the show. I'm like, what you finna perform, you know? Because he got the shirts and everything. He got all the shirts after all that just happened with his house being raided. I'm like, what you finna perform? He's like, I'm finna do the pound cake. I'm finna do the, he did that Officer or whatever, you know, the house where they raided this shit. He did that song. And then he did that new one, what's that one? Hunter Biden, you know, Joe Biden's son. He did that one too, Hunter Biden. And so now he performed those 3 songs, bro. I'm juiced, bro. I'm happy. I'm back with AFROMAN. And so, like, I asked him, I'm like, bro, I was like, this has been a show. It's been 7 years since we've, because it was 5 years since that last one, but I mean, 7 years since we first met, you know, ever and did a show. I'm like, do you still remember me? And he's like, I can never forget you. You're the only one that came up there with that energy and everything. So, right, I'm just like, woo, woo, woo. He's telling me and everything about the energy and all that shit. My bad, hold on. We might have to get off the live, man. They looking and shit. You know, the police looking. We might have to cut, y'all. We over here looking and shit. But either way, so next thing you know, yeah, I'm getting harassed by police. These motherfuckers looking at us. I ain't even doing nothing. See, that's the problem, bro. Even when I'm not doing nothing, I'm still a bad person. That's why I said Tony Montana. And so next thing you know, bro, he do the show. I said, do you remember me? He's like, yeah, I do. And so I told him, like, I got a lot of new music. I'm ready to perform this in front of you. I had a whole 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 5 songs to perform. So this one was much more music than the ones that we previously did and much better music. Well, next thing you know, we do all of that. Here, hold on. I'll be right back, y'all. Hold on. ready to anyways. They keep passing by. We finna cut. Yeah, we finna cut. Alright, y'all, I might have to end this live quicker because these motherfuckers fucking with a nigga. But, so next thing you know, bro, we ended up doing the show. You know, I had 5 dope-ass songs to perform, so I'm excited, you know? I'm like, shit, we got AFROMAN, man. It's all lit, you know what I mean? I see we got some people in here, too. Shout out to everybody in here. You know, like, share, subscribe. So I'm like, it's lit, bro. Do you remember? He's like, yeah, I remember. You had all the energy. So now, like I said, I got 5 new songs ready to perform for him. So I'm excited, bro. I want him to hear this music. Like I did Treacherous State. I did the Treacherous State. I Made It Way. I did what's that other one? The Big Difference one. Like all my good new music that I did those. And so I was so excited, bro, because the crowd was fucking with it. Everybody was screaming. Everybody liked it. But not only everybody, AFROMAN, he really liked it. He said, you've grown. He said you progressed. Like the progression has came a long way. Because he said the music's gotten better, the quality's gotten better, the way I perform, how I perform, and I stand on stage, I take it more serious. It's all gotten better, bro. So everything gotten better, and I'm excited, right? I'm like hearing this from AFROMAN. That's a big artist, you know, he got hits and everything. So I'm like, damn, that makes me feel good as an upcoming artist to hear that from a big artist, and they're telling me like, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You doing it right. And so one thing that I noticed after he did that show, like I said, he gave me the shirt. Now we backstage chilling. We in the room, we chilling, we smoking and everything. It's cool. It's dope as fuck. I'm really with AFROMAN. And so that was the last show that I did with him, and it was dope, bro. It was cool meeting AFROMAN. It was cool being around him. I might still do another show. We talking about maybe doing another show for y'all. And maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to just put it up out there, but it really might happen. And I might really open up for AFROMAN again. So I just want y'all to know, whatever your dream is, chase it, bro. And whatever you got going in life where you feel like you're not there yet, don't stop. Consistency is key, and you're going to get there. Whether you like it or not, and it's not happy with it right away, it's going to happen, and I promise you that. And just speak good things into existence. Like I said, that law of attraction is real. If you ain't trying to law attract good things, then what is you attracting? You're trying to attract positivity, get some money, and elevate. That's all we attract. Elevation. We can't go down. We just keep going like this. Climbing. That's what they say. The money don't go like this. It needs to go like that. You know what I mean? So it's elevation. But the way the world is right now, you know, if we know, you know, food's gotten more pricey, as you can see what happened with the Charlie Kirk situation, dude. We in an area right now where it's not as easy as it was back then, bro. It ain't easy to become an artist now and just blow up overnight. It ain't easy to put your music on a platform and think everybody's gonna hear it, because it doesn't work like that no more. This isn't the world we live in. And one thing you gotta understand, you can get on content and do whatever you gotta do and keep doing that. But unless you dropping good content and dropping stuff that people want to hear, nobody wants to listen. Because it's like, what the fuck? Everybody's busy. He busy getting some money. He busy doing what he got to do. Everybody busy, bro. So you got to understand that and look at it from that point of perspective view, and just understand, if somebody don't support you, it don't mean that they don't like your shit. It don't mean that they don't fuck with you. They just might be too busy to even show you the acknowledgement. Like, I had to find that out the hard way, because that's the world we live in right now. It's not easy no more. It's not simple. It's not everybody has free time. Nah, people got kids, people got grandkids, people got grandmas, grandparents, parents. People be sick, people in the hospital. This is real life. So it's like, I just want y'all to understand, no matter where you at in life, no matter what's your situation, keep getting it, bro. And you're going to get everything you deserve, bro. I promise you. I promise you. And so that's pretty much it. I'm finna get off this motherfucker, man. Y'all see, it's been a beautiful day at the pool. We got somebody swimming out there, too. Yes, sir. And we finna get up off of here, man. Y'all have a good day. Shout out to the YouTube. Love you, cuz. He said, big facts. Come on, I love you, cuz. I'm going to call you soon, too. I'm finna head back to the spot, so I'm going to call you in a bit. I love y'all. Most definitely like, share, subscribe. We're going to keep dropping this content. And I got new clothes on the way. I'm going to drop the new merch so y'all can see what y'all think, because I think I need to step it up and not with the merch. You know, we gonna bring back the Bart though. You know, the Simpsons, hey, they tried to get me. They reached out to me and said, hold on, you took a Bart without our permission? Nah, nigga, we created this Bart. And when I showed the Simpsons I created it, they was like, wow, like Dave Warren. You know, I know Dave Warren, he does the Simpsons drawings. And when I told him how I did the Bart, because, you know, we love Bart. So I told him how we did the Bart, right? And he was just like, how the hell did y'all take my logo and do like basically we created our own Bart. And he knew that. Like, he knew we didn't just copy his shit. We drew this shit hand drawn. And so I thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to my guy, Dave Warren. He's the one who did the Simpsons movie. That's my boy. He's in Oregon right now. If you ever up there in Oregon, reach out to him. He'll do an artwork for you. He does cartoons of the Simpsons, the real Simpsons drawings. So you can have yourself as a real Simpsons character. Reach out to my boy, Dave Warren, man. And other than that, I'm finna get up out of here, man. I love y'all. And that's it, man. Y'all have a blessed day. We up out of here. It's Red. Most definitely.